Today's lesson is about the paragraph. The paragraph. It's a writing lesson. It's a writing lesson. And I want to show people what a paragraph is and how to construct one. What to do, what not to do. So you can write very clear, very tight paragraphs. Paragraphs.
Open your eyes, open your ears, now listen. Open your mind, we gon' shine and glisten. Open your eyes, open your ears, now listen.
You must learn. It ain't my concern if you burn in your own iniquity. It's like COVID-19, something sick to see. The devil is a lie and I don't make believe. Please, no more pork MCs. As I travel the wilderness with God degrees. Got my crown on tight, sights on the wicked. Looking for the future, get caught reminiscing lies. Demons don't sleep, you can see them late at night. Yes, and they be dressed with the 1-2. Looking for a soul they can snatch when they come through. They out of line when they speak on the best. I'm at your neck, what you can't protect. Snatch your soul with a pound of flesh. Never live on my knees, so I pound the reps. Got a healthy attitude, you can count my steps. Keep doing what I'm doing, don't settle for less. And I ain't down with the diddy bop. Don't need to be hot in the city to make the city hot. Yes, and cause I move with a right mind, it ain't like it was cause we living in the lost time. Scan the frequencies cause I'm looking for the ill lines, looking for the like minds, that's like mine. It ain't hard to find when you go on the search, cause I can hear the brothers who be putting in work like.
Open your eyes, open your ears, now listen. Open your mind, we gon' shine and glisten. Open your eyes, open your ears, now listen. Open your mind, we gon' shine and glisten. Open your eyes, open your ears, now listen.
Bet your entire empire on fire, so give me your mic without a wire. Bet your entire empire on fire, so give me your mic without a wire. Bet your entire empire on fire, so give me your mic without a wire. Bet your entire empire on fire, so give me your mic.
Even singular Samssun is a syndicate, devastating degenerates resembling domestic pronouns bound by predicates with sentences that build fences in desolate areas where nothing is delicate and most don't live to tell of it. But those who breathe need to read the book of etiquette to train their speech impediment in front of such a specimen. You meddling, you whack like a home training is evident. I could be wrong, maybe it's you no longer remember it. Doubt that, what kind of parent is that bad at helping a child develop character? If they had that, maybe they never did, maybe they never will. Maybe they lack the skill to determine fake from real and pass it on to the youth. To then examine the truth instead of getting long in the tooth and possibly improve the ability to choose some internal fortitude. Stop getting hit by a brick and learn how to move, my dude. Mind if we pick ourselves up off of the stoop to regroup, stay in the loop and not assume for once? I ain't playing, keep praying, don't believe in luck. A friend said faith is for the birds, and now I see him cluck. What other remedy can loosen any bond when stuck in the muck and mire? Man, the devil is a liar, with 1 foot in the fire, 1 foot in the tuckers. Discomfort of toes wiggling initiates ruckus. You sucker! Hot out here, come inside, crank the AC, let's go. Bang, bang, and shots rang, biodegradable slang. Ebonics got broken down, smoothing and lemon meringue. And strong, I do all my things since Little Debbie and Swiss Miss went to pieces over Reese's. Cause they got a Hershey. Yeah. What part of the game is this? Too much dirty laundry in the streets. Would have gave your fabric softener, but your style's already weak. If it ain't right and exact, keep that in your knapsack. I'd rather you come correct the first time rather than backtrack. That's why I got a proton pack ready for Casper. You couldn't see me before here nor in the hereafter. Still immortal, I am a different breed made from private stock. Top secret ingredients they watch around the clock. So when the summertime, bring some cold water, don't wanna melt while you stand in line. Like Mike Tyson in his prime, I got a tiger with me who can scratch the record so hard he give it $1.50. We gon' turn the party up, we gon' turn the party up, we gon' make the party live, we gon' make the party live, we gon' turn the party up, we gon' turn the party up. Guess we gon' summertime, we gon' turn the party up, we gon' turn the party up, we gon' make the party live, we gon' make the party live, we gon' turn the party up. We gon' turn the party up. Just for the summertime. Took the weather out the garage, the cooks on side. Put some ice in the cooler so we can sip on something. Everybody ain't invited, let me know if you coming. Don't just show up in the yard, that just might be embarrassing. It's a crowd around the cats on the corner, they battling. Not like Drake and Lamar, more like Shane and Chris. But every line getting uglier, going for the jugular. The one who didn't take the L was just a little hungrier. We got chicken, we got hot dogs, we got franks and beans. Cover a couple plates with a little one of them four before you leave.
Wait, before you stop off, they about to pop off. We gotta be out of wine by 6:43.
They be wildin' in Long Island, no capping, they make it happen. No joke, better be woke, God forbid they catch you napping. Women out here trapping men out here tricking off. If this is what you do, join your lion or just knock it off. We gon' turn the party up, we gon' turn the party up. We gon' make the party loud, we gon' make the party loud. We gon' turn the party up, we gon' turn the party up. For the summertime, for the summertime. We gon' turn the party up, we gon' turn the party up. We gon' make the party loud, we gon' make the party loud. We gon' turn the party up, we gon' turn the party up. Just because the summertime, just because the summertime.
From the beginning of history, an abundance of fruits, vegetables, and herbs allowed communities to focus on ascending to new levels of awareness, elevating to new heights.
Watch what you eat, watch what you listen to, watch what you take, watch what they giving you. Your body and your mind are not a place to dump it. So do yourself a favor, watch your consumption. Watch what you eat, watch what you listen to, watch what you take, watch what they giving you. Your body and your mind are not a place to dump it. So do yourself a favor. Watch your consumption. Now, what we got is a gut full of a lot of nonsense. Immersed in our molecules, multiplying the toxins. Arteries clogged and black on the walls of our heart. That heart is enough to stop it. A tongue we will wobble it more than a flying carpet. Our heads hurt, our ears bleed, got knots in our stomach. I shudder to think of the pain of having our brains cluttered. If you could see the incorporated combination, you wouldn't want it. That'll prove you are what you eat, and I'ma keep it 100. Tragically, false information flooding our system is the culprit. Making most of us kick the bucket too early. In conjunction with the moves made by following a phony formally trusted. When his point makes no point, your intelligence is insulted. Which results in a lot of heat coming off you like lava molten. Inside an active volcano ready to erupt and engulf them. Glad you saw through the line, made an adjustment. Watch your consumption. Watch what you eat. Watch what you listen to. Watch what you take. Watch what they giving you. Your body and your mind are not a place to dump it. So do yourself a favor. Watch your consumption. Watch what you eat. Watch what you listen to. Watch what you take. Watch what they giving you. Your body and your mind are not a place to dump it.
Hey, yo, Sam, let me slow it down just a little bit. We have been systematically manipulated to and dictated to believe we were all created equal. So now we spiritually, psychologically, biologically, and socially consume what species who were not created in our likeness are relegated to.
What do you mean,
If cold climate people eat cold climate foods, then what do sun people do? Which one are you? I'm sorry. Allow me to reintroduce myself. The product of a post-traumatic slave diet and protest riot. They don't invest into our community, so why do we buy it? We eat to live or eat to...
Watch what you listen to. Watch what you take. Watch what they giving you. Your body and your mind are not a place to dump it. So do yourself a favor. Watch your consumption. Watch what you eat. Watch what you listen to. Watch what you take. Watch what they giving you. Your body and your mind are not a place to dump it. So do yourself a favor. Watch your Hey sugar, I just found out I'm diabetic. We gotta break up. We at odds. Cause you hooked carbs on a plate up. I really thought you wanted what was best for me. Apparently not. You just feel good. When I pull up, want a hamburger, pull up. Cheeseburger, pull up. French fries, pull up. Soda pop, pull up. If we all just did a couple pull-ups, these fast food joints wouldn't even be in business. Mental and physical fitness, metaphysical fitness. Knowing space, time, cause identity limits, vitamins, minerals, 24-hour intervals. More holistic methods. Doctors only answer questions about Medicare, Medicaid, metformin, or any other medicine. You would need to call them to refill up the dose. Master symptoms, no go to hell, make you an addict for real. Dealers need to get paid, I suppose.
Watch what you eat, watch what you listen to, watch what you take, watch what you're giving you, your body and your mind, not a place to dump it, so do yourself a favor, watch your consumption, watch what you eat, watch what you listen to, watch what you take, watch what you're giving you, your body and your mind, not a place to dump it, so do yourself a favor, watch your consumption.
You can eat well, but it's only one aspect of reality. You have to think well, you also have to live well. And we tend to isolate these. Psychology over here, food over here, lifestyle over here. That trinity of lifestyle, food, and thought, or spirituality, is three aspects of the same reality. If you take care of one and neglect the others, you'll end up just as sick.
Now if we think about it, a lot of us are still here by no fault of our own. We could have just as easily been cut short, you know? This is proof of a purpose. Look at all the times you could have been out of here, but you're still here. Yeah. That little voice saying, don't do that. That little voice saying, yes, go back. That little voice saying, you knew that. That little voice saying, no more tears. That little voice saying, coast is clear. That little voice saying, nothing to fear. That little voice saying, I'm always here. That little voice closer than it appears. That little voice letting truth be told. That little voice worth more than gold when it cry for your soul. I ain't hear the bullets flying by till they were near me. It's 6:35, people be dying this early. No excuse for something so sinister in our society. Giving side looks like, why you trying me? Stepping off the curb, something said not yet. Then this car came out of nowhere. Look at what God did. Coulda got hit. Celestial beings said otherwise. At that time, I wondered how many times they said not it's time. Thought of the cliche, an angel on my shoulder. And beauty isn't much more than the eye of the beholder. Is the saying God don't like ugly, just tongue in cheek? How many times does our heart skip a beat while we asleep? I know I don't know much at all, even though I may say I do. Is everything you do from here on really up to you? I partially agree. Words and actions manifest destiny. Sometimes we just out of line, and the Most High will intervene. That little voice saying, don't do that. That little voice saying, yes, go back. That little voice saying, you knew that. That little voice saying, no more tears. That little voice saying, coast is clear. That little voice saying, nothing to fear. That little voice saying, I'm always here. That little voice closer than it appears. That little voice letting truth be told. That little voice worth more than gold when it cry for your soul. We need to mourn when a baby's born. Celebrate when they pass on. They done did what they had to do. Now let them move on. We come against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness. A lot of spiritual wickedness in high places that always saw us as a threat. Still doing their best to harm harmony. Weak as I don't know what, thinking they strong arming me. There gotta be a better way. I fall on my knees, then get up, open my eyes to see ain't none of it leave. And not one of them's breaking me, that have not forsaken me. These deeds that I do daily will echo throughout eternity. On and running, coexist with soon coming. I jump through time loops like hula hoops to see the irony. Adjusting equilibriums to future space continuums. Vibrating at a supersonic rate, walking through matter by telekinesis. Suffocating demons and heathens until the temple is empty cause I cry for your soul. That little voice saying, don't do that. That little voice saying, yes, go back. That little voice saying, you knew that. That little voice saying, no more tears. That little voice saying, coast is clear. That little voice saying, nothing to fear. That little voice saying, I'm always here. That little voice closer than it appears. That little voice letting truth be told. That little voice worth more than gold when it cry for your soul. That little voice saying, don't do that. That little voice saying, yes, go back. That little voice saying, you knew that. That little voice saying, no more tears. That little voice saying, coast is clear. That little voice saying, nothing to fear. That little voice saying, I'm always here. That little voice closer than it appears. That little voice letting truth be told. That little voice worth more than gold when it cry for your soul. That little voice saying, don't do that. That little voice saying, yes, go back. That little voice saying, you knew that. That little voice saying, no more tears. That little voice saying, coast is clear. That little voice saying, nothing to fear. That little voice saying, I'm always here. That little voice closer than it appears. That little voice letting truth be told. That little voice worth more than gold when it cry for your soul.
In terms of content, I can't stress this enough. One central idea in one paragraph. Now, make sure that you tell the reader what this central idea is. This is your thesis statement. Okay?
Now, how powerful is light? Light fuels faith. Faith is driven by light. Light cures the night. Light cures the night. The meaning of that is light disarms darkness. Light is critical.
I can't be anything else than what I am. I refuse to dumb it down to go along with your plan. I plan to stand for something rather than fall for anything. Been married to this kind of mind, stayed a while without a wedding ring. Put this on everything, but what is everything? It fluctuates. Person to person, I'm certain it elevates. What is held dear? What is held close to the chest? What is considered important enough for you to give your last breath? Without a hitch, I flip the light switch, illuminate the room, preventing darkness from its ability to consistently consume the inner spirit of spiritual beings, having a human experience on this particular plane of existence, which is only a short period. What does this mean? Your body is a machine, breaking down ever since it left the factory. So it seems we gotta take care. Cherish what you've been given. Shine your light while you're living.
They used to say we got a lot of light,
but it dim some.
We used to do our best to be bright.
I guess it dim some.
Didn't keep our mind in the dark.
We let it dim some.
Why would you choose not to shine?
Maybe dim some.
We used to say we got a lot of light,
but it dim some.
We used to do our best to be bright.
I guess it dim some.
Didn't keep our mind in the dark.
We let it dim some.
Why would you choose not to shine?
Maybe dim some.
Just one light can cure the night. The dominion of light over darkness is instant. You turn on light and darkness checks out on the spot. Light is critical for us to handle the various darknesses or dark corners of our lives.
We used to say we got a lot of light,
but it dim some.
We used to do our best to be bright.
I guess it dim some.
Didn't keep our mind in the dark.
We let it dim some.
Why would you choose not to shine?
Maybe dim some.
We used to say we got a lot of light,
but it dim some.
We used to do our best to be bright.
I guess it dim some.
Didn't keep our mind in the dark.
We let it dim some.
Why would you choose not to shine?
Maybe dim
As
some.
a bright light shines through the blinds, I quietly awaken to the sound of birds chirping and the smell of turkey bacon. With half of my body aching, I rise, open my eyes, thank the Most High that I'm alive and grateful I made it. Spend a quarter of an hour in the shower, then brush 32 teeth from top to bottom, back to front. Freshen it up with a couple of Listerine in my mouth. Pick out apparel and get decked out before I head out. Hook up the hair, head downstairs, grab some grub. Put the news on as usual, ain't none of it good. Somewhere in the hood, the local Djaytiger was robbed. Two men argued on a train, a little kid got shot. The weather was hot. Corporations tamper with the climate. Every other week, there's a new strand of a virus. Perception of the public is tarnished by words polished to produce a new distraction by political garbage.
We used to say we got a lot of light,
but it dim some.
We used to do our best to be bright.
I guess it dim some.
Didn't keep our mind in the dark.
We let it dim some.
Why would you choose not to shine?
Maybe dim some.
We used to say we got a lot of light,
but it dim some.
We used to do our best to be bright.
I guess it dim some.
Didn't keep our mind in the dark.
We let it dim some.
Why would you choose not to shine?
Maybe dim some.
Darkness checks out on the spot. Light is critical for us to handle the various darknesses or dark corners of our lives. The powers of witchcraft, the powers of the occult, the powers of ancestral and generational curses and spells can be broken by the light.
We used to say we got a lot of light,
but it dim some.
We used to do our best to be bright.
I guess it dim some.
Didn't keep our mind in the dark.
We let it dim some.
Why would you choose not to shine?
Maybe dim some.
We used to say we got a lot of light,
but it dim some.
We used to do our best to be bright.
I guess it dim some.
Didn't keep our mind in the dark.
We let it dim some.
Whatever you're going through, sickness, financial troubles, we're all in this together. It's not just you. Djaytiger, let me holler at him real quick. When I was a child, I thought as a child until I had a few of my own. I look at them to see how far they have grown. They say the apple doesn't fall too
far from the tree. And any lesson we don't learn, we can expect to repeat. So I tell them not to retreat when they rockin' and feelin', as I do my best to remember having a similar feeling of coping with peer pressure, putting dough on the dresser. In the hood, who could afford a nanny like Fran Dresser? That wasn't in the budget, so what do you do? Can't fix what ain't broke, don't need Gorilla Glue. Apparently this deja vu's a glitch in the matrix. I see the same black cats going back to the basics. Take a walk with me to learn how the entire world moves, like I'm the ghost of present tense and you were Ebenezer Scrooge. Every mountain is a molehill, many ways to climb. I see the same faces in different places at different times. People come, people go, they get hot, they get cold. Make an educated guess, sometimes we get emotional. Come with a plan, but then we ignore the protocol. Focused on what's happening now, not that we know it all. Whoever wanted to plummet and feel the pitfalls, keep a change of clothes in a mop, cause they get pissed on. It alternates, one day it's odd, one day it's even. Remember that it's all gonna change, it's just a felt like I was up against the wall, leaning on graffiti, with no one to call. Self-pity is real easy. If I go become a waiter, maybe then I'll get a tip of how to change my circumstances. Man, I'm out here about to flip. I need a medic, somebody give me a medic. Last night I was up at 4 a.m. cause of a headache. Almost 8 billion people on the planet, so please keep in mind in troubled times. Yo, it's not only me. Jack Frost is out here nipping at my nose. I need a cup of cocoa, I can't feel my toes. Might be better for it cause I'm trudging through the snow. About yay high, yay thick, kinda brick. But this is how it is, winter, spring, summer, fall. A bunch of metaphors for what most of us endure. Yeah, it's pain when it rains, but it's fun in the sun. Gotta weather the storm when it's all said and done. It just people come, people go, they get hot, they get cold. Make an educated guess, sometimes we get emotional. Come with a plan, but then we ignore the protocol. Focused on what's happening now, not that we know it all. Whoever wanted to plummet and feel the pitfalls, keep a change of clothes in a mop, cause they get pissed on. It alternates, one day it's odd, one day it's even. Remember that it's all gonna change, it's just a season. People come, people go, they get hot, they get cold. Make an educated guess, sometimes we get emotional. Come with a plan, but then we ignore the protocol. Focused on what's happening now, not that we know it all. Whoever wanted to plummet and feel the pitfalls, keep a change of clothes in a mop, cause they get pissed on. It alternates, one day it's odd, one day it's even. Remember that it's all gonna change, it's just a season.
Intelligent women are independent. They're always thinking about how to get a little closer to their goals. They see things in life in a more analytical way.
Got a lot of respect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You smile when we connect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Just clean and swell. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Every box is checked. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You got a lot of respect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You smile when we connect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You just clean and swell. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Every box is checked. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Miraculously, she never gets mad at me for nothing dumb. Was raised how to treat a man like a man and not a chump. Know exactly what she want when we go out to eat. Don't be like, I'll just have some of yours. That ain't sweet. We never said we needed each other to feel complete. She was whole, so was I. How did we meet? Not just another pretty face to properly greet. She was special, intellectual, conversation was sweet. Had me geek on the pop-up, act like nothing stopped her. Thrifty with a purchase, a non-traditional shopper. Got along with her mother and father, hospitable too. So where she got it from when they came through? Quick to switch her hairdo when she dropped by the Dominican spot. Nails done to make her handshake pop. A consummate professional with no problem correcting you. If ever out of line, man, to me that's fine. Got a lot of respect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You smile when we connect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Just clean and swell. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Every box is checked. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You got a lot of respect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You smile when we connect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You just clean and swell. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Every box is checked. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Now, no disrespect, but I never wanted a baby mama, nor a child who told folk his biologicals didn't bother. Wonder if this city girl could see herself with a farmer. Cause I want the whole cow, not just some milk. Playing the field is behind me. Your actions only remind me how much a garden can grow if you tend to it slow. My perfect mate got a priority straight, doing our best to prepare for success. Can we define it together? Been in the struggle, broke through using these mental muscles to bend barriers to our will and become a power couple. I see what you're doing, telling your girls later for that.
While I'm over here telling my boys don't hold me back, sky's the limit. When we get there, we'll probably pivot into a different position, invisible to the eye. I ain't gonna lie, I find it exquisite to call you mine and appreciate neither of us got time for pride. Got a lot of respect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. We smile when we connect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Just clean and swell. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Every box is checked. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Got a lot of respect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. We smile when we connect. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. You just cleaned and swell. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Every box is checked. Aw, miss, you shouldn't have. Girl, you shouldn't have.
How long should your paragraph be? Technically, a paragraph could be one sentence. But, in an academic essay, that rarely happens. But it could be any length you want. As long as you're still on that one topic, as long as you still have things to write and things to say about that topic, say it. Say it, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it.
I tell this story all the time. Take the beat away, you still spitting, you're clear and concise.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you doing that. Coming from the generation that we came from with hip hop, man.
Yeah.
You had to have skills. There was no copying. There was no biting.
Facts.
Anything I put my stamp on, it should be like, yo, that right there, I know who that is.
Yeah.
I know who that is. That's Samssun. I know that's Samssun.
Pass me the document. I leave my John Hancock to shock you with. A paragraph already proofread. A national monument, so honor it like it's currency, as it currently dominates. Over half of these soft saps who just want to drip like marmalade. I need a raise for getting paid. Dedicated to this trade, twisting you up like a braid. Higher learning to your grade, crazier than Dennis Quaid in any movie that he made. Sipping lemonade on a lounge chair in the shade, waiting to expose the UFOs that already came. Using tetrahedron science, flying different than a plane, hovering above the land masses, waiting to invade, ready with a whole brigade. I'ma call a spade a spade. If aliens come here in peace, most humans are inhumane, quick to kill a con crusade. This is why we need a change. Brothers out here feel betrayed, staying out each other's way. Can't even nod or say what's up. So what you got something to say?
You had to show and prove. You couldn't sound like nobody else, and you had to have your own style. You had to have, you know, it was artistry, man. It's an art.
Mm-hmm.
It's an art to how you project your voice, to having the charisma on the track, to developing your own sound, man.
Word up.
I used to watch water trickle down a lamppost through a crack window. Thought it was funny how different faces resemble. When the Most High open the sky, best be ready. Don't be begging for a square somewhere, sipping some Henny. With a bag of purple haze in the days with your eyes red, decapitating yourself. Cause it's hard to get ahead. Working 40 hours, 40 weeks, chasing 40 winks, pouring out a 40 cause your man died at 43, barking about 40 acres down on 42nd Street, hoping for reparations till your heart skipped a beat. Man, this city never sleeps. You can feel the side effects. Fast-paced folks, full of caffeine, bobbleheads, bouncing to the beat of any old drum. That isn't me. Quiet your mind and let what's inside speak. I don't expect any flowers till it's all said and done. That's when they'll dig me up to check what planet I came from.
It's about just developing your own sound, man. Like,
yeah.
And we couldn't get away with that back then. Now everybody sounds alike. Everybody sounds like the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No doubt. Because they see what's making money, so they want to copy that instead of, when they
but it's not supposed to stand the test of time.
Exactly. Microwave, they go away like that.
Yep.
Now if half the artists just do their hardest to compromise, between 40 to 55% are just telling lies, waving a banner at propaganda, foreshadowing our demise, despite the prize that it implies, cause it's in a disguise. The other half choose to chastise what they despise, wise enough to present a dignified approach to apply, instead of shaking their behind, putting every penny they find in the face of the middle class who know what it means to grind, and don't want to waste any time with the grit or the grime that promotes crime, much more than using your mind. Wanna tap around these topics like Gregory Hines, or get to the root, like we got fertilizer and lime. I wanna fully complete the whole mission I was assigned. Keep on cutting at the cancer till they say it's benign, and decline all the confines designed for mankind by destroying the entertainment world's demonic shrine.
When I say hip hop, I know what I'm talking about. Your name
Samssun. Where did that come from?
My father passed in 1995.
Oh wow. Going.
So, and he had the same name. He was Sam Senior. I was Sam Junior.
Okay.
My son is Samuel III. So, when my father passed, I did it in honor of him and out of respect for him.
No doubt.
You know, it hit me deep when my father passed, man. So, Sam's son.
Word up.
You know, growing up, I was called out anyway. Everybody was like, "Yo, you Sam's son, ain't you? You Sam's son." I heard that so much. You know, I thought my name was Sam's son because everybody was always, "Oh, you Sam's son. You look just like your dad. You look just like your dad." So, out of respect, I had a lot of different pseudonyms growing up. You know, originally, my first pseudonym was MC Black.
Okay.
I went by MC Black. That was my first pseudonym.
I am the namesake of my father. And my son is the namesake of his. With this name, a legacy shall carry on. With that legacy, there shall be no mercy.
The entire earth shook on the night I was born. After Africa had frostbite, the whole North Pole got warm. Every baby in the nursery cried. At the same time, throwing up milk like a crib does signs. It didn't sit right. You could hear wolves howl at the moon beneath the blood red sky that was usually blue. Anyone who had a clear view was screaming and hey. There was thunder, there was lightning, there was acid in the rain. Apparently a prediction came into fruition. Could have been more prepared, but they chose not to listen when the vision of a woman was told, supported by ancient scrolls revealing healing would come from the throat of a black boy born in September. And what he articulates, they'll keep trying to censor. Birds hit the window, trying to migrate. Bears couldn't hibernate. Nature's now unnatural. I don't even eat fish unless it's holy mackerel.
Be Sam, power, Samssun. Be Sam, power, Samssun. Be Sam, power, Samssun. Be Sam, power, Samssun. Be Sam,
I was on a 40-day and 40-night fast, prepared to clash. In the wilderness, bewildered cause they thought I wouldn't last. Forgot the stamina I have, a warrior with every patch. Beyond a high-ranking officer, a soldier making a speech on behalf of the batch who came before me. An elite fleet, dropping facts in contrast to these modern MCs. For lack of a better term, bane of my existence. Never spotted you beside me in the trenches. On my second tour of this war, POW is the sound when I hit. An adversary with some social commentary that fits the situation like a peg in a puzzle. Known to bring down the house. Watch out for the rubble. A lot of them crumble. A lot of them fumble. They can't carry it. So pass me the rock to see a slam dunk happening. Both on and off court. This is what I was born for. To score, not just to score. A whole lot more. What's my name?
Samssun, the power, Samssun. Be power, Samssun. Be Samssun, power, Samssun, the power, be Sam, power, Samssun.
Now let me tell you who I am. Studious, sick, slick, sly, sturdy, severe. Strict, stubborn, stimulating, self-sufficient, sincere. Avid anomaly, abnormal amount of artistry. Annoyed, altering atmospheres, absent of animosity. Mesmerizing machete mouth, mighty machine. Massive mess, magnetic maestro, marvelous mean. Sensational, soulful, surreal, symmetrical sunshine. Superior stature, simply a stereotype sometimes. Spiritual savage, showing seeds sporadically. Intersection of your sector, sucker, seek and see. You. Ultimate underdog, usually underrated, unbeaten, uncanny, unanimously underappreciated. Neutral navigator, nocturnal novelty, nonchalant, nostalgic, notable, naysayers nominee. Now put all this together, and you got Samssun, cause every letter in my name is a job well done. Let's go.
Be Sam, Samssun. Be Sam, Samssun. Be Sam, Samssun. Power, Samssun. Sam again.
Apocalyptic scenes playing out across the planet. Fires, hurricanes, the Arctic melting, just to name a few.
Even in this crazy world.
Yeah, it's a crazy world. It's a crazy world.
Find a reason.
Gotta find a reason in all this. We gotta find a reason.
We still find a reason.
We gotta find a reason in all this.
We still find a reason.
I can only speak for myself.
Almost every girl or guy has a different answer to why. But must I provide sodium pentothal for the truth? Now there's food, clothes, shelter, add a wife and 3 kids who keep asking if we can get a dog, God forbid. If I agree to let my mini-me's take the full responsibility of making sure this animal is walked and fed, the probability of this happening is far beyond low. Give it a week or so, their daily dedication will plateau, and then guess who's picking the poop up? Taking them to the vet. Yeah, I like pets. I know that they cute, but there's more pressing matters at hand. Man, we gotta fill the pantry up with a lot more meals and cans. Bottled water and whatever else won't go quick. Don't need another mouth to feed when that paradigm shift. And it's 1 bundle of broccoli a week, a bag of wheat once a month. Cause the future's in a commodity slump.
Even in this crazy world, we find a reason. We still find a reason. We still find a reason.
Yeah. Feels like the bottom of the last inning, the earth spinning. We in the final phase, remnants of the darkest days. Wishing I could leave the premises, escape effortless. I would fly far into the sky like Pegasus. Chips printed corporate, satellites in orbit. They fund a war and raise a fortune. All you see is corpses. Now they're overly prepared, everyone is scared. Knowledge that they never share, building bunkers everywhere. The revolution's being televised. Interest rates on the rise, crime pays, it's no surprise. This the way the world's function. The slaves punching, Uncle Sam's munching. Welcome to the devil's luncheon. They never care, say it ain't so. I protect mine from head to toe and never plan to let them go. Even though the future is dim and the problems pal, I try to reconcile, find a reason to smile.
Even in this crazy world, we still find a reason. 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 We still find a reason to face the day. And every time that comes my way, and every time you had my back, every chance I never had, for all the words I never say, all the love I need to make. We still find a, yes we find. We still find a reason. Yeah, I know that times can get low, but I'ma smile for you, baby. Smile for you, baby. Smile for you, baby.
All the other sentences, all your sentences with the details, must directly relate back to the main idea. You can't go off to another idea. Everything must support must talk about the same topic. Very important to have lots of details. Details.
There's gotta be more to it. Pick a topic, there's gotta be more to it. What are we doing? I'm still waiting for an answer. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Doing a stick up, sniff and blow in a stolen car.
It's 83 degrees, so most don't know how cold they are. The thermostat don't stop habitat from influencing y'all. Combined with rituals and routines considered bizarre. Before you wore your cap turned back or sat on handlebars. Before you needed a booster seat to go in your parents' car. Before you knew your scarred psyche started back that far. It's the people closest to you that really couldn't care less. Maybe they don't see themselves as close. Fine with me. Words kinda blinded me, but now I see the lack of love when I look at all your actions, I guess. Maybe we're in the same book, but different chapter, different page, in a different translation. You can't take that verbatim. Horrified by what the West craving, what the East needs. Why the South shouts, how the North claim to set us free. I can't help. I gotta create. I don't even got a choice in the matter. This is what I do. I don't wanna fight no more. I don't wanna throw hands. I just want y'all to think, do your best to dance. Tell me you shouldn't try to do both at the same time. Be tripping over your own feet on the floor like I'm fine. Really? You don't need help? I beg to differ. See so many stars, you look up and call me the Big Dipper. Now enough, you astronomer, sit down somewhere. Hope you got enough time to smarten up upon that chair. You can try and try again if you don't succeed. Be quiet a little while, please don't smoke weed. You'll wind up wanting to do a lot of barking with no bite. Or worse, wanting to do a lot of rhyming and can't write. Like 7-Up, Mountain Dew, Sparkle and Sprite. Similar to everything else, run for your life. Or just stay right here, living in Cape Fear, trying to make De Niro like Robin. And can't copy. The frontal lobe controls how we plan and proceed. Pons of the brainstem help control how we breathe. Occipital lobes process the image you see. And my left hemisphere lets me know what you mean. The auditory area allows you to hear. The almond-shaped amygdala allows you to feel fear. Having a limbic system is why we can shed tears. And an MC creates by using his right hemisphere. Standing all alone on top of a building, flying a drone, examining the city, shaking my head. What a pity, the conditions we accept, we expect neglect. What used to be simple and plain is now high tech. Let it be known, screaming through a megaphone if need be. Do yourself a favor, make it loud and clear. I can no longer be polite about education and insight with a PhD in hip-hop. Call me Dr. Good Mike. If it ain't something the hood like, I'll wait for the next time when the president's a clone of the first. On a dirt bike, being relatable in office, trying to relatable while making a town look like every person in it took a bowl. As smoke clouds caused by construction gone, made it look like meteorologists didn't keep us informed. I do this like no other does. This is as a Tiger Club that hasn't ate 4 days, but had to watch a chicken run. The frontal lobe controls how we plan to proceed. Pons of the brainstem help control how we breathe. Occipital lobes process the image you see. And my left hemisphere lets me know what you mean. The auditory area allows you to hear. The almond-shaped amygdala allows you to feel fear. Having a limbic system is why we can shed tears. And an MC creates by using his right hemisphere.
Master the art. Master the art. Master the art. Master the art. So now I just flaunt it. Master the art. Master the art. Master the art. So now I just flaunt it.
Jimmy Walker came to them and he presented a cartoon about 5 years before this. When the trailer came out, we saw it and everybody was like, no.
Netflix, yeah, you ought to be ashamed. Renata Shepherd, yeah, you ought to be ashamed. When the original aired, not many look like me on the screen. Black faces far few in between. A black family where the father was rare. Matter of fact, this was the first time Hollywood dared to have a head of the household married with 3 kids. A cinematic accomplishment apart from where they would live. There was Jane, Florida, JJ, Thelma, and Mike. JJ got real popular saying Dynamite in a heartwarming, hilarious sitcom with a father doing his best and a mother trying to clean up the mess. The oldest son was a struggling artist battling many hardships in the midst of making us laugh. Not an easy task. The only sister saw education at value. The younger brother was a militant little pharaoh. How can you do a reboot for this? If it ain't right, everybody gonna be pissed. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Not bad, meaning bad. Not bad, meaning bad. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good.
There are 2 roads out of the ghetto. So far, we have managed to stay on the right road.
Word. New cast members are rats and roaches, baby selling crack. Executives hoping that we didn't notice. Yep. Belligerent, bogus, totally unacceptable. Pardon even the visual arts less than exceptional. Left the projects 50 years ago. 50 years later, they back in the same building that ain't there no more. Wasn't Florida moving next to Walona, and Thelma's husband got a new contract. Show me where they at. Who wanna see this taking 20 step back mentality? In the projects crammed with food stamps and agony. They got an ulterior motive to paint our people as hopeless. The only brothers they wanna see get supported is Jonas. We're tired of the aroma you can smell in the slum. For it to be continued to what was originally done. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Not bad, meaning bad. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Due to the vision, our people made a petition to get this nonsense removed from the boot tube. Nah, it ain't cool. How can it even be called a reboot? With ethics in the original, but undercurrent subliminal messages in the new one. Along with blunt ignorance, let's band together, get it removed, do our due diligence. Hold the creators accountable for the content. In 2024, we won't accept this nonsense. Esther Roller's rolling over in her grave, thinking how was this ratchet animated series ever made?
This is given by the white people, made up by white people. The black community is different. It has a different language and culture altogether.
If you don't talk like we talk, see it like we see it, stop telling our story incorrectly up on the screen. Meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Not bad, meaning good.
There's so much stuff being offered on television. You got 500 channels with nothing on most of them. You know, repetition of the same old thing, replications of shows that have been successful. That's become the norm. If a show succeeds with one knucklehead, then let's do a show with 5 knuckleheads. It doesn't work.
Of course, the easiest way to understand all this is to look at an actual paragraph. First of all, let me back up a little bit. Let me back up a little bit and see all these points in it. So let's do that. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Be scared. Be scared. Be scared. Be scared. Be scared. Be scared.
Yo, Mills.
It's good, bro.
I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through.
You know we make it through these battles.
I got a story to tell. Now the hood said I'm the good dude. My brother was the other one. Rule Allah, see he alive. Universe now, God, body and proud. Sun, moon, and star. He violated parole. Took it too far. At home we called him Eric. Kept his head in a cookie jar. Big bro was built for the street. He set the bar. Used to run with Scuttlebug. Bought me my first chain. Could've broke the scale with all the powder he slang. Before Fruit Grim, little Charlie in Maine, he had these little dudes putting in work, flipping cocaine. Those who knew used to be like, why don't you do what he do? Everything he got on new. Velour jumpsuits, suede Pumas, gazelles. Meanwhile, I watch my father going through hell, bailing them out, but barely enough to make do. In the no-frills island pathmark, looking for food. Remember what you've been through, what brought you here. Remember what it felt like, blood, sweat, and tears. Remember how you matured, grew over the years. Keep it in your ear. It's not as close as it appears. Remember what you've been through, what brought you here. Remember what it felt like, blood, sweat, and tears. Remember how you matured, grew over the years. Keep it in your rear view, it's not as close as it appears.
his crew, looking like a scene from Juice. If they wanted it bad enough, they didn't buy it, they boost. From motorcycles to cars to look fresh to bras that came a dime a dozen and finally got busted. I was totally disgusted. The person that I trusted for all those years made me have to watch my pop shed all those tears.
There was Riverhead, Rikers, Attica, Coxsackie, Ohio State Prison. He stayed at so many that I lost count. Did anything to cover the hurt, lashing out, fighting all the time, going berserk.
Started doing my own dirt for no particular reason. Wasn't like I wasn't eating or the ends wasn't meeting. Thought of repeating mistakes that I seen him make. September 25th, 2003 was the date. I got the unfortunate news, my only brother had passed. Had to pump the brakes, I was moving too fast.
Remember what it felt like, blood, sweat, and tears. Remember how you matured, moved over the years. Keep it in your rear view, it's not as close as it'll be. Remember what you've been through, what brought you here. Remember what it felt like, blood, sweat, and tears. Remember how you matured, moved over the years. Keep it in your rear view, it's not as close as it'll be.
Remember when I wanted to pull up fly in the 550? Put up on the side of me, fly in the 550. I was like, woo, he's the man, he's the man, he's the man. He was really out here moving all these grams, he's the man. And I'm feeling like Scarface playing, he's the man. I bought 2 rocks, started off with 2 rocks. Billy had the block, Billy rocking off for 2 rocks. Everywhere I'm going, I'm always watching my back. Looking in the rear view while my daughter in the back. Yeah. Changed my life, gotta try to make it right. While I'm sitting in jail, my daughter out here living life. When you going through it, don't nobody really hear you. Till you sitting in the car staring in the rear view. Remember I was beefing with him over her. She's a bird, why you beefing with him when he acts like her? It wouldn't be me if none of this ever occurred.
Remember what you've been through, what brought you here. Remember what it felt like, blood, sweat, and tears. Remember how you matured, moved over the years. Keep it in your rear view, it's not as close as it'll be. Remember what you've been through, what brought you here. Remember what it felt like, blood, sweat, and tears. Remember how you matured, moved over the years. Keep it in your rear view, it's not as close as it appears. Remember what you've been through, what brought you here. Remember what it felt like, blood, sweat, and tears. Remember how you matured, moved over the years. Keep it in your rear view, it's not as close as it'll be. Remember what you've been through, what brought you here. Remember what it felt like, blood, sweat, and tears. Remember how you matured, moved over the years. Keep it in your rear view, it's not as close as it appears.
You ain't done nothing I can't do myself. You ain't said nothing I can't say myself. You ain't done nothing I can't do myself. You ain't said nothing I can't say myself. Who you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to? Who you think you playing with? Who you think you playing with? What you think you doing here? What you think you doing here? I ain't really feeling it. I ain't really feeling it. Who raised you? I put up with a lot of your foolishness. Helped to make you comfortable like an airline stewardess. When you stunk up the joint like a can of tuna fish, I didn't lie you out and let the world know who it is. But now what shall we say? All E2 Brute, you stabbed Caesar in the back and thought that'll be that. Like you could get away with murder after blood curdling screams turned the cold case lukewarm and folks intervened. To get sympathy on your side, you lied and laid a guilt trip. Now they call you Dairy Queen. You often tried to milk it, bewildered by the amount of kindred spirits the devil has. I had to cut a bunch off like Edward Scissorhands and silence the lambs like poor little Clarice before I chop it up with them next to rice and peas. Ain't got a leg to stand on like Gary Sinise when he played Lieutenant Dan. Man, get out of here, please. Who you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to? Who you think you playing with? Who you think you playing with? What you think you doing here? What you think you doing here? I ain't really feeling it. I ain't really feeling it. Came out the woodwork to the woodwork. You stiff as a board. Got bunions and an axe to grind, but my name ain't Paul. Can't believe you had the gall to let your gifted gag get you into such a close call. I could see your fingers dialing me. Now you brought it out of me. Clearly an abnormality. Tried to alter reality. Now you part of my art gallery. On display to show what happens when it's not okay. You don't sit, you don't stay, you don't beg or behave. Like the dog that you are. Mama Duke, you a fluke. Up inside my juke joint. About to puke. The room spinning. You ain't winning. Thought you were Charlie Sheen. You got weak jeans and cheap dungarees. All that means is a physical trait. Ain't strong enough to pass on, but you might know how to flip a coin. So at least you might be able to pay a couple of bills, cause you can't get paid if you got no skills. Who you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to? Who you think you playing with? Who you think
you think you doing here? What you think you doing here? I ain't really feeling it. I ain't really feeling it.
You know what? You ain't done nothing, I can't do myself. You ain't said nothing, I can't say myself. You ain't done nothing, I can't do myself. You ain't said nothing, I can't say myself. You ain't done nothing, I can't do myself. You ain't said nothing, I can't say myself. You ain't done nothing, I can't do myself. You ain't said nothing, I can't say myself.
Who you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to? Who you think you playing with? Who you think you playing with? What you think you doing here? What you think you doing here? I ain't really feeling it. I ain't really feeling it.
I heard play it again, Sam, and sat before a grand piano. Cleared my throat to sing tenor through a jab at a soprano.
You know what?
Fire fell from the skies, every ocean became dry. Something blocked my left eye, I needed TLC. It was too hot for Chili, she slept with a Mac 10. Brought an ice cube and iced tea, commenced to head west. Grabbing attention on the road without honking a horn. While I pop you from the pressure like marshmallows and s'mores. Hungry enough to eat a chipmunk, might even eat it raw. Give me Alvin, Simon, and Theodore with hot sauce. Like we out in Singapore, where that's a delicacy for ambassadors at the embassy, eager to misinform the uninformed on the norm, while they pouring the charm for those born yesterday with less brain than born. Opposite shades of the spectrum, multiple colors disconnected, very different from one another, but yet all feel disrespected.
Who you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to? Who you think you playing with? Who you think you playing with? What you think you doing here? What you think you doing here? I ain't really feeling it. I ain't really feeling it. You know what? You know what? You know what? I ain't really feeling it. You know what? You know what? I ain't really feeling it. You know what? I ain't really feeling it. You know what? You know you know you know you know you know what? I ain't really feeling it. You know what? I ain't really feeling it. You know what? 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 I ain't really feeling it. You know no. You know what?
You can hear that beat knocking, baby, that's my heart. Appreciate what you did, others tore it apart. You put everything in place, made me press restart. And for that I gotta thank you, I'll rank you one. In a million, I suddenly got the feeling after many years of kneeling, shedding tears, I could be dealing with a real one worth building a future with not concealing any motive she been keeping, which is pleasing. Exceeding what I'm dreaming, pleading Jesus, help me while seeking a woman, believing in Christ who wants to be a wife, speaking life, perceiving, breathing as a blessing God releases, cause he knows that we need it. I found you.
Soulmate. Not kidding, I have found my soulmate.
No joke.
Soulmate. Not kidding, I have found my soulmate.
Yes, you have. All it took was a moment to see it, less than a second to be it. No, I don't want it, I need it. Don't make me beg and repeat it. Please be seated. Check out my melody. Whistle while you work, feeling like a jerk. Obvious to me, she was the one. Opposite side of the coin, last piece of the puzzle. After all these years, I gotta know, where was you? Man shall not live by bread alone. And I was at the bakery 24/7.
Not kidding, I have found my soulmate.
Talk to him, girl.
It's all so clear. Truly uncomplicated.
Simple and plain.
Unhesitated.
Check out my melody. Would you remember me if I left cause an enemy dismembered me and all it was a puddle of burgundy? This female fixed me like she took me into surgery, good hope of turning me into more without the third degree. If neither one of us saw the real emergency, a lack of love would have burned me for an eternity. It occurred to me that our heart was an infirmary for healing yours truly before falling and gurgling and circling back to every factor that determined when our union would go further, cause we caught each other hurdling without the past resurfacing. We took a path to purging by confessing or addressing problems before they worsen, and it kinda makes perfect sense. It got so intense after all said and done, girl, I knew you were the one.
Good evening. We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing.
Depeche Mode doing it, nobody complains. Rolling Stone doing it, nobody complains. Billy Joel doing it, nobody complains. So when I do it, please explain the outrage. When I get a certain age, must I leave the stage? Apparently not, Metallica is still hot. Nobody telling Pop he doesn't have a place in the world of entertainment. I was raised with B-boys, MCs, taggers, and DJs who scratched on the record till their hair was gray. Dare I say, experience helps with the experiments. Touching topics not many talk about, and I'm sure it isn't for a lack of trying. If the art isn't dying, should I retire? I see the coffin, but I ain't buying. Even if I'm not elected, I'm electrifying. This week talker OG without a walker or an oxygen tank. Immaculate breath control, better than your average 21-year-old. But you would find a soul Thomas smelling like Ben Gay. It depends with our friends, even put it all day. Not so, not Joe, senior citizen with arthritis and a cane. I'ma still get it in. What's my demographic? Be a prodigy whose havoc is appreciated by the true hip hop head.
Go off, go off, go off, go off, go off, go off. Go off, go off, go off, go off, go off,
Old enough to know I ain't too old. Old enough to know it ain't too cold to be a man in many hats. Some prefer Scully, some baseball cap. Some don't have a preference, some just wanna cover their naps. Some just wanna color them black with just for men. And some never got pampers, so they wear depends. It all depends on if you repeatedly make a mess and can't control your vows through the IBS. If you suggest I'm over the hill, best believe the wisdom you receive's at the highest degree. Yeah, I move a little slower than I used to. Don't agree like I used to. Back up, steady, refuse to participate in any program I see as do. It is what it is. Don't debate with kids who are brand new. Get up late, greener than a pine tree. Ain't been nowhere, but try to remind me what it was, what it is, what it's turning into. I'm shaking my head cause I already been you. Know all the ups and downs, the ins, the outs. Know what time of night you probably gonna sneak out. Probably freak out and be like time out. He kinda stand out. That old cat sound like he just came out. As I think, take a drink, let me sprinkle your drought. You got dehydrated for waiting, so I'm sticking around.
Go off, go off, go off, go off, go off, go off. Djaytiger, go off, Djaytiger, go off, Samssun, Djaytiger, go off, go off.
I mean, nah, are we gonna rhyme about, you know what I'm saying, going to the club and partying and stuff?
Nah, there's a million topics and things that we're going through at our age, bro.
I guess it's gotta be a balance, right?
Yeah, there's definitely gotta be a balance.